coming out. We know your time is valuable. Hopefully you're able to take something from this tonight. I like to start off by saying, guys, this isn't for everyone, so if it's not for you, no big deal. We're really just sorting through our social networks to find the like-minded people that can see the big picture in this, the motivated people that are looking for us. And the economy is really bad right now, dude. People are looking for change, and that was kind of my part of my story about a year ago. My buddy Andrew Yeager approached me with this whole thing. Most of you guys, or half of you guys, probably know my story. I was at Penn State after graduating in 2011. I was an engineering major, so I was doing really well. Obviously, hard major up at Penn State. Had a good head on my shoulders. I was doing well only because I worked hard. I've always been pretty ambitious, hardworking all my life. But looking back, moral of the story is I had never been taught how to make money. I had no idea how money worked. I was just kind of going through the motions, doing what I had been taught to going to do. You go to high school, get your grades, go to college, get your grades. You're really smart, build a nice resume, you get a high-paying job, doctor, lawyer, have no time to spend all the money you make. Guys, and I feel blessed and fortunate every day that this thing fell into my lap when it did. My buddy Andrew, he approached me with this orange can 13 months ago and was like, dude, we're going to be millionaires and drive free BMWs. You guys, if you know anything about Andrew Yeager, he's a complete clown, love the kid to death, he makes a ton of money in Vemma, but it's crazy because when he first approached me, I'm like, dude, you're an engineer, you don't know the first thing about business, and you're like my drinking buddy on the weekends. Like, we met through the frat scene at Penn State, and that was, how I saw him, how I knew him, and he's like, dude, you gotta trust me. I know this kid, Luke, I went to high school with, I gotta introduce you to him. Being the ambitious person that I wasn't just gonna shoot him down. Right? I feel like you can't say the right thing to the wrong person, or vice versa, the wrong thing to the right person. So I went out actually to lunch with these guys. They bring verbs. They're like a half hour late, so I'm already pissed off. It was like, sitting in this restaurant just waiting for these guys. Luke walks in, and I'm like, Jesus, what are they gonna, about to tell me? I had a lot of questions. I had done a little bit of research beforehand, asked all my questions, guys. He had all the answers. And at that point, I was like, wow, I could see this thing getting big. One thing I wish I hadn't done was go home and do like 4 more weeks worth of research, really trying to find a flaw in it because it sounded too good to be true, right? In life, we're taught that if something sounds too good to be true, it usually is, guys. But I promise you that if you always label every opportunity that comes your way too good to be true, you're never going to find a true opportunity. So I came to the conclusion that this thing was real, it was working. Kids had made money. Luke Kish at the time had made like $4 grand in 2 months, more money than I would have made my entire summer at my traditional job, making $8, $9, $10 an hour. Guys, and so I was like, why not give it a shot? Dude, I feel like I'm more of like an oh well person rather than what if. Like, oh well, I gave it a shot, it didn't work, rather than what if I had tried Vemma in year 8 on route for $250 million. Like, hearing about it before it blew up. Now it's doing $12 billion a year. Shit, all those kids went and made a lot of money. Right, so I got involved, guys. Obviously, this thing has changed my life. To get a little bit into the company and the products before I break down how it works. Vemma, guys, my brother's Ken. Vemma, guys, is a health and wellness company based out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Basically, in their 8th year as a company, they started with this Vemma liquid multivitamin. It's a 2-ounce shot, actually a 32-ounce bottle. You take a 2-ounce shot daily. Really good for you, proven to lower blood pressure, help joint control, increase immune functions, decrease inflammation, things like that, guys. And so our parents were taking it, right? This industry of network marketing, Scott touched on, is nothing new. It's an industry that's geared their focus toward our parents and the older demographic for a long time now. It's just never happened before with young people. This has never happened before, guys, so understand that. You cannot compare what is happening here tonight in this room with anything else of the past. But guys, I learned about Vemma, and again, they took this 2-ounce vitamin, being a product that no one in here really cares about, and they infused it kind of into this energy drink called Verb, which is cool. So they took the Vemma vitamin mixed with 80 milligrams natural caffeine purified water, a little bit of taurine for that energy blend. And guys, all of a sudden you have what they call an insanely healthy energy drink, which almost sounds crazy. You hear about Rebel Rockstar Monster, responsible for taking lives, putting people in the hospitals, like terrible stuff that we continue to spend money on. So when introduced to this, I was, again, back in the frat at Penn State every weekend, pledging to fill up the shopping cart, really big, large bottles of like 2-liter sodas, the cheapest ones in the store because they're all broke, to mix it back, to bring back and to mix it with what, and drink my weekend away. And then every morning, 8 a.m., I drink a coffee to get me through my first class. So I saw that I was a consumer of products already that just weren't good for me. When they introduced the Verb, I saw that drinking one of these a day for like $2.80 a can was actually a better product, making me healthier as a person. So that got me excited. I feel like our health is something we take for granted, and it's the most important thing that we have, right? And so, I saw a lot of potential in the products, guys. Got even more excited about how the business works and how I could really just turn my Facebook into a business. But before I get into that, guys, credibility, right? If you're new in here tonight, you're skeptical, good. Because if you're not skeptical, something's wrong. Red flags should go up when you're introduced to something new, something so foreign to most of us. But don't be closed-minded. There's a really big difference. Like Raz said, do some of your own research. There is nothing to hide. Don't take a blog from some kid that says it's from Scotland and not Scottsdale, you know, and spells Vemma wrong. Don't take that seriously, right? He's like he's half illiterate throughout the article. Like, don't take that as credible. Guys, go and do like the real research, right? When I did my research, I came to the conclusion that Verve is the official drink of the Phoenix Suns, Charlotte Bobcats, and the Phoenix Coyotes, guys. And as we know, the Bobcats really suck, but their owner, Mike Jordan, guys, is going to make Verve the official wellness product over Gatorade, for example, a big sponsor of his. So that shows you product credibility. One, you're not going to see Red Bull, the official drink of the Miami Heat, why it's really bad for you, and company credibility behind the fact that, dude, the Bobcats, such a big organization, aren't going to tie their name to a product backed by an illegal business. My first thing was scammer, one of those pyramid things, because it's shaped like a triangle. You know, and I had no idea what that even meant, but I called it that because I was uneducated, guys. If it were that, it'd be flat out illegal. Like a scheme or a scam, be illegal, guys. Okay, and if this were illegal, we wouldn't be in our 8th year on route for $250 million. I saw that Dr. Oz recommends this on a show. His boss, Oprah, who we like to say humans, Oprah, Jesus. Like, if you go up the ladder, right, she's worth like $3 billion. Guys, this isn't going to, again, tie their name to one, an unhealthy product being America's doctor, her doctor that she's brought up, or, you know, anything backed by an illegal business. The government, dude, they tax us on every single dollar. Send in a W-9 when you start, so in the government's eyes, Social Security, everything, you're a sole proprietor, like starting your own business, self-employed. And you get a 1099, you file taxes, dude, the whole deal. So I know that's kind of the boring stuff. I want to dive into like how the business works. Everyone out there, if you're new, you're like, how can this work for me? How can I make money with this? And it's really a pretty cool concept. Who here has a Facebook? Show of hands. Hopefully everyone, right? It's crazy, guys. And what's funny is you never saw Facebook on a billboard, a TV out on NASCAR. You never saw a professional athlete repping Facebook or recommending it to anyone. You heard from a friend. And if you're anything like myself, like 5, 6 years ago, I heard about Facebook. I was like, that is stupid. Like, I had MySpace at the time, was like stoked about it. You know, Facebook's dumb. Like 6th grade, we were building AI and screen names. That went out the window. MySpace, Facebook, right? Guys, Zuckerberg is sitting in his dorm room. You know, and he's like, dude, I can make a better product than the MySpace. People will start using it. They're going to build a social network of more people that use it. And I don't even have to pay them, dude. In like 10 years, Zuckerberg's got 1 billion people using Facebook. Okay, did anyone here get a check in the mail for going out and introducing it to a friend? Probably not. Okay, he walked away with 13 billion. I saw that with Vemma. I could be my own little Mark Zuckerberg. I could become a consumer of a better product in terms of my health. Share it with a few people, which is the same thing. Same thing we do all the time already. It's like if I like Joe's Nikes, dude. You know, where'd you get them? Do you have any idea? Foot Locker. I'm not gonna go to Foot Locker and be like, Joe had these orange Nikes. Vemma colors, by the way. It's cool. You know, orange Nikes, dude. He was repping them. They look sick. Where can I find them? I buy them. He's the sole reason I bought them. A walking billboard, no? And they're not going to send him a check in the mail. We've been listening to J. Cole album, Luke and I, the whole entire trip. And Luke, you know, yesterday morning was funny. He like told me to put on this song, and I'm on YouTube. It didn't even give me the skip ad option. It was like the most like ridiculous, like 1 minute of my life. I was like freaking out because like I couldn't skip the damn advertisement on the front end. And I wanted to just watch my video that Luke had encouraged me to watch via word of mouth. So my point, what I'm getting at, guys, is that with Vemma, they take their advertising budget, the money that Red Bull spends on, you know, billboards, TV ads, sponsorships, retail space. You guys, Red Bull, 7-Eleven to your hands, right? Vemma is directly from Vemma to your hands, so they save a lot of money there. And they pay it back out to their consumers, like a lot of the people here in the room. If you guys like Verve and not even no interest in the business, you're more than welcome to become a consumer of it. But it just so happens that kids get excited about going and taking their Facebook, their Instagram, their Twitter, funneling it into this business. All these networks we already have that chances are you use it for nothing productive. Guys, and again, you know, share a product with our family and friends. I felt obligated to share something so good for you with the people in my life and go out and build income in doing so, which is really, really cool, guys. So I've shared this with 14 of my friends, you know, a few of my family members. My dad drinks some protein, has no interest in the business. But if 14 of my friends, guys, in 13 months, just over 13 months, so it's been about a year, which is crazy to think that in 13 months, 7 of the 14 have stuck with it, meaning half quit, doesn't matter, you run with the runners. Is it for everyone? No. Is everyone to stick with it? No. And that's just that's the nature of the business. But 7 people, guys, are the sole reason that I've got over 4,000 active orders of Vemma's products flowing through my organization monthly. Because a friend to a friend to a friend. It is so powerful. Everyone in here has got 100 friends on Facebook that someone else does not know. Okay, guys? 4,000 orders that go through monthly, going by about $400 to $500 a week, generates like $500,000 plus in revenue for the company. And they see me as responsible for opening up that network. Per month. What did I say? Yeah, per month. $500,000 a month. And they see me as responsible for that, guys. They pay out 8 different ways, which is cool. There's bonuses all over the place. And as a result, guys, I should hit Ambassador this month. Will hit Ambassador this month, which by title pays out about $250,000 a year. I'm 20. You know, 20 guys, no hours, no boss, okay? And a year ago, I made the decision to make this work. I saw a vision, like I envisioned this here today, and dude, everything between point A to B just became irrelevant. My dad a year ago told me this wouldn't work. Love, trust, respect him. I always say he makes a badass breakfast, like good at breakfast. But dude, doesn't have like the financial, like lifestyle that I want. Like doesn't have the house, the cars, the things that I want, the time freedom, more importantly, that I want, guys, right? You have one life to live. Like one life. Like I don't think people realize that. To go and trade your time of or your hour of time for money for the rest of your life in a traditional job, you know, for $40 an hour, dude, for 80 grand a year, whatever it is, doesn't make any sense to me, dude. I want to be able to travel the world, help people, go do what I want, when I want, with who I want. And in order for you to create that lifestyle for yourself, you've got to build business and build assets like Vemma, where your money works for you, guys. You can find $5 on the ground. You'll never find 5 minutes, right? Time's our most valuable thing, so when you understand that, don't take it for granted, dude. You want your money to work for you. You don't have to work for money.